Yo, it's your boy DJ Pakelo. Yeah, it's your boy DJ Pakelo. And today I'm just going to go on with completing the series, the part three series on how to make Gqom like DJ Pakelo. And the first part was where I showed you guys how I start with my production. And so now I'm going to show you how to master Gqom like DJ Pakelo. So yeah, let's get started. So let me just give you a preview of how far we came. So this is how it sounds. But yeah, that's how it sounds, and then the bass line. Yeah, that's how it sounds. So now we're going to go to the mastering. But before we get started with the mastering, please subscribe if you're new to my channel. Hit that post notification bell so that you can get notified whenever your boy drops some hot content for you guys. And yeah, and as well, comment down below if this video was helpful. If you learned something new in this video. And yeah, guys, let's get to mastering. So what we're going to do with mastering is first of all, let me explain this. So what I did here, as you can see here, the volume knobs, that it isn't like all of them isn't the same, right? So what I did here, what this is considered to be is considered to be pre-mastering. Like, it's mastering but not like mastering should be. So this is considered, for me, by the way, it's considered to be pre-mastering. Okay, but you can call it whatever you want. You can just call it like you are lowering the volume, but for me it's calling pre-mastering because I'm lowering the volume. But that's what I call it. And now with the mastering part is, and this is also perfect when you do this, like the knobs, you play with the knobs with the volumes. When you do this then, and when you go to your mastering, then there isn't a lot of hassle for you to like, how can I say now, for you to decide which sound or which plugin must be louder, and must be louder than that one or louder than that one, if you know what I mean. So that's also the benefit of doing this. But yeah, besides that, let's go on to mastering. So for mastering, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to highlight everything here. Just double click anyway on the screen style here, and then you go to your mixer channel or your mixer. Then you just highlight one of those. So highlight the first insert, and then you hold in shift control, and you press L to put it here onto what is it called. Let me see here. uh, yeah, route selected channels starting from this track, but you route the channels. Okay, that's the main thing you have to do. After that, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lower the volume, all of the volume. So to do this, you just highlight everything, holding control while dragging to the left or to the right, depending on which side you like to do it from. Then you just lower all the volume, and then you go here to this section here. So this here is, one is for stereo or for separate, and one is for mono. So merged, as you can see here, it's merged stands here. Like when I do that, it says 72% merged. So that is mono, and then 100% separated, that is stereo. So it will be going into both of your ears. But this here is just going to be straight in the middle. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to play with the volume of the sounds. Now, keeping in mind that what I did here with the pre-mixing, I need to, I need to, I need to do something to not affect what I just did before with the pre-mixing. Okay, so let's get started with this. Okay, let me before we get to that, let me just put in this here as well. And let me me do this as well, and then I can. I like to put these in order as well. If you notice, I don't know if you guys notice, but I like to do my stuff in order. Just keep it simple for me to see what I'm doing and where the sound is. So let me just do this. Let me turn off the baseline. Now it will sound something. It won't sound as right as you want it to sound. Like with this two sounds here, it doesn't sound right. It should have sound like this. But since it's now merged, it's going to sound differently because it's going to play straight in the middle of your headphones, speakers, or whatever you're listening through. So that is the merge, the mono side of that. And then we're going to go with the kick first. Kick is always the loudest. Leave it as 100%, or you can just play with the kick as you want to. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up all the other volumes of the other sounds, and then I'm going to look here. So for all the kicks and all of that other sounds, what I'm going to look for is going to be here close to 18 dB, negative 18 dB, or negative 5 dB. So that is going to be where I'm going to put in the snares, kicks, the secondary kicks, but the first kick is going to be the loudest. The secondary kicks, the snares, the toms, and all of that stuff is going to be between negative 18 dB and negative 15 dB. So that is where I'm going to put the drums, so to say. That is where I'm going to put that sounds. So the first one is about 18, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pan it to the left. Okay, and then I'm going to go to the second. Now just here. Now I have two secondary kicks. This one is playing somewhat louder than this one because it's going to be the same. But I don't want the first one to affect the second one. So I'm just going to keep this one a little bit softer than the first one. The secondary kick, I'm going to keep it a little bit softer, so that there can be variation, and so that it can be heard or listened to, if you know what I mean. But that is the plan. That is always what I do. Now we go continue. Okay, so that is good. And just keep on looking here, guys. Negative 15 to negative 18. I don't go over that. And when the sound that is coming in next, like say for instance the sound here, the keto snare, it's when I put it in just here, when it comes to negative 18, it's already loud. So I'm going to leave it beneath or lower than negative 18, if you know what I mean, because at negative 18 it's already at the same level as the previous sounds, if you know what I mean. So I'm going to leave it just a little bit lower than negative 18. Okay, so you must listen to what you're going to do as well, and keep in mind that you don't want to let the sounds be aggressive and overtake other sounds. But you can if you want to. I'm not saying you can't. Mixing and mastering is different for everyone, but this is the preference that I'm doing it. You can do it your own way you want to, or you can do it however you want to. But this is the main sequence of how mastering should be. Okay, but you can do whatever you want. But just remember, your level should be good and your sounds needs to be heard clearly and stuff like that. Okay, so that is good. Let's go a little bit here. now the other reason is as well why I'm not scared to overly do this is because when I go to the mastering and put in all of the sounds and that type of stuff, I'm going to get the volume that I need, and then it will sound as perfect as I want it to be. That's why I'm doing this here. That's why I'm not overdoing it, if you know what I mean. But this is how I always do mine. Now for the charts and that type of stuff, you just has to go with your ears. You don't have to do what you don't have to do it like this. Just go with your ears here. Okay, so now what I can do is I can also uh, keep it in whatever it should be, but just reset that, and then I can go from there. Same thing here with the Nexus sounds, Purity sounds, go with your ears, just depending on which sound you want to be louder. For the first kick here, the Donkey Boy sound, I just wanted to be uh, a little bit loud, but not overly loud. For this counter melody, I wanted to be just a little bit louder, but it doesn't matter if the volume knobs ain't the same, but the sound is loud. Just listen to the sound. But that's the preference where I wanted to be. And then for this year, I just wanted to be a little bit louder than the second one for the counter melody sound. So that is what I'm going for. The same goes for the sound as well. So this sound I will leave a buff below all of the other sounds here. And now what you guys can hear is you can hear all the sounds playing nicely on their own. They own have their own whatever it's playing like a shoot sound. It's not one sound is overtaking the other sound, not the second sound is taking the other sound. You can hear it nicely. It's playing where it should be played. So that's why I'm being very conservative on where I want my sounds to be, on what level I want, what louder level I want the sounds to be, if you know what I mean. So if you don't know what how to master, just try to master, just try to get this under your sleeve, to get this part under your sleeve. Just listen for what sound you want to be loud or what sound you want to be soft, and then if you get this under your sleeve, and then all is good for you. So if you get this, all is good for you. Let me go on to the default. So that is a perfect volume for the default. Just by listening, it's the perfect volume for the default. Just by listening. Okay. Okay, so that is completed. That is done. I like what I'm hearing. I like what I'm seeing as well. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my parametric EQ, and I'm going to select this. Just right click, then select this 20 hertz plus 18 hertz cut, and then we just play with You just, or you can leave it like it is for the first one, and you're going to do this for all of your sounds. And then what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go in here, just give it a little bit of boost here by the highs, high mids, just give it a little bit of boost, and then I'm going to go out, and then I'm going to copy this over, redo this here, and then keep it a little bit lower, go in here, so that is good. And then we go again, parametric EQ 20 Hertz. Okay, and now we're just going to lower it where the sound is not playing, like section here of the sound is not playing, so we're going to cut it out, and then we're going to leave the other parts. Another EQ, give it a boost, so we're going to leave it like that. You know what, I'm going to do something here with this. Yeah, go in here, just do it a little bit. Do the same thing here. And I'm going to copy it over, but I'm going to change the side where it's going to play. So I think this here is fine. I'm not going to mess around with the boxes and that type of stuff. And then same goes for the sound, because the video is going to be long and I don't want this particular video to be long. And then I'm just going to mess with the baseline now, and then go to the baseline. But what I did now here before, you have to do for every sound. Okay, so that's going to be for that. Now we're going to go to the baseline. Okay, so that is good. We go on to the mastering. So the same thing, parametric EQ, same thing goes for this as well. Just leave that like it is, and then we go on to compressor. This is just how I like to do it. Now for the compression, I like to do say about 2 ratio, 2 to 1, or you can do it like 1 to 2, something like this. But just recently I'm using a higher ratios. I don't know why, but it just sounds good, man. So that's going to be that, and now we're just going to listen. Okay, so that is good. That is good. We're going to Maximus, and then we just this is now the last part for the mastering. Now we just this here when I click on the low, what you're going to do is you're just going to move this level to the right, and then you are going to go to, so you're going to let us kick, so you're going to let the low play like this, and then you're going to lower it until 150. You can see it here. Just look here, you can see it here. Just you're going to lower it to 150, or somewhere close to 150, or just holding control, and then you go to 150, but it doesn't have to be there. And then you're going to give it up some boost, some gain here, and then click here. We go back to band or monitor. You just right click here where I'm at now, and then you lower this volume down. Give it a little bit more boost, and then we do the mid. We're going to give it a little bit of stereo. We go to bands again. We're going to put it here around 5k, somewhere around there, and then we're going to give it a little bit of boost as well. Do the same thing. Let's play it. Do it like that. Maybe a little bit more boost, and then okay, so that is good. For the low, for the highs, we're just going to go all the way to the left, and then that's good. And then we are going to, no wait, let's do the same thing here for the highs as well. Now we're just going. I like to use. I like to use the sausage fattener to give it a louder, to make it louder, and to give it a little bit of color as well. So this is how it's going to sound. And then last but not least, what we're going to do is we're going to just give it a little bit more boost and a little bit more clarity by the highs, and a little bit here by the bass, and here by the mids. Just a little bit, not over, not too much, just a little bit. Yeah, guys, so that is the mastering. I will save this preset for you guys so that you can you can just like use it on your, you can just put it on your mastering chain, and then you will have this. So yeah, that is going to be the preset name that I'm going to put in the description below for you guys to use. So yeah, hopefully you like this video, you commented, and you subscribe to my channel if you're new. I will work on part 3 later in the week, and then I will release it as well. So yeah, guys, thank you for watching, and if you watched until this far, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, guys. I'm DJ Pakelo, and I'm out. Peace.